Hello, I'm Sharon Abaud, immigration attorney. Welcome. So this is Tuesday. We have our weekly program live where I'm here to answer your questions. All you have to do is comment and leave me a question and I will answer it for you. I do have a lot of things I want to talk about today. Happy October. It is October 1st, so that means we're going to talk about the visa bulletin updates for this month. I also want to talk about a special win we had this week at my office where an I-130 was approved for a stepchild of a resident, and it was especially hard because in this case the stepdaughter had turned 18 like 2 weeks after the parents got married, the mom with the stepdad, and so we could only show proof that the marriage was real between those 2 weeks, because it was really important that we show that the marriage was real and strong by the time that the stepchild turned 18. So that was a very special win because immigration did give us a hard time with that one as far as the evidence, but that was super special. Hola Silvestre, saludos. Este programa lo voy a hacer en inglés, pero todos los jueves estoy aquí en español, así que no se lo pierda el jueves. Just want to remind everyone that Tuesdays I do focus my video in English, and then Thursday I do videos in Spanish. This is so that everyone gets their questions answered, and also we avoid confusion and we just stick to, each language. And then, so let's get to the October visa bulletin update. But before I start, I do want to remind you guys to go ahead and like and follow my page on Facebook. That way you remember I'm here answering your questions live every week and you don't miss it, and I'm here for a short time every week and you really don't want to miss your opportunity to ask me a question. So make sure you like and follow. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's so much fun there. I upload videos very regularly and just educating you more generally on the types of relief that may be available to you. I've had people come to me many times because they saw a video of mine and they didn't know they qualified for something. So also make sure you share these videos, because maybe you don't personally benefit from something I share, but someone you love or someone in your community can benefit from this information. So I'm really excited to be here. I think this is, hi Michelle, she's one of my regulars. So excited to see you, and I'm super excited to be here and super excited to have a lot of you guys back and to have new people here. And yes, don't forget to like and follow my page so you know that I'm here every week, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you're up to date with all my new videos that I share with you. Okay, so let's talk about that October visa bulletin update. Happy October, everyone. So there are some exciting changes and some things that are excitingly the same. So back in June or July, gosh, I'm already forgetting, but back in the summer, there was a big surprise for all of us, and that is that spouses of residents had their visas current. That means that they didn't have to wait those long waits, sometimes 2 years, for their visa to become available. And so that never really happened in maybe a long time. And so that was really special. And we just didn't know how long that would last. And right now it is October. And guess what, guys? It's still current. I know. So I'm serious. If you are the spouse of a resident, or you're a resident and you want to file for your spouse, do it now. Don't waste any more time. Time is running out. I do want to clarify, though, that if you are a resident petitioning for a spouse, that spouse cannot be out of status. So that person will have to be here lawfully the whole time throughout until they file for residency. If not, you can still file their petition, but they will have to travel abroad to get their visa. They will not qualify to immigrate here in the United States. Hi, Domingo. Good to see you back. Welcome. And so really important that you don't delay this anymore. You've been given the gift of this, 4 or 5 months in a row of this being current. And I don't know if this is going to be here next month, or if it's going to be here in 2 more months or 3. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But don't take a chance. Do it now. Commit, get it done. If you need help, I strongly recommend you always do everything with an immigration attorney. But if you really want my help, I am happy to help. You can call me at 310-803-3040, set up an appointment to get started. And I would be excited to file this case that needs to get out now. Do not delay anymore, because this is really a gift. I do not know how much longer your visa will be available the moment you file. So do it now. Anyway, so a few changes for the visa bulletin of October. I'm just going to go through the ones that have a significant move up. I didn't see any dates move backwards, so that's good. So for the F1 category, that is for the unmarried children of U.S. citizens, 21 or over, Mexico did move up about 1 year. So right now they're at about August 8th, 1997. And then we also have the married children category, F3 for Mexico, that moved forward about 2 months. And then also for the Philippines, move forward about 2 months in that F3 category. And then we have F4, which is the sibling of a U.S. citizen. And that one also moved up about a year for Mexico. So everyone check your visa bulletins just for the purposes of time. I'm only going over the categories that had a significant change. Check your dates. After this show, I will be sure to provide, I'm going to write that down right now so I don't forget, but we're going to make sure that I leave a link so that you check your date, because your date might be current. Especially if the last time you checked from September, you were close, you definitely want to check the date. Okay. And then I also want to remind everyone that questions are welcome. That's what this show is for. I know you guys call me and message me with all these questions, and I provide this wonderful opportunity for all your questions to be answered. And so you can definitely post your question here and I will answer it for you. In the meantime, I do want to remind you to like and follow my Facebook page. That way, every time I'm here, you remember and you're not like, oh my gosh, I just missed it. So make sure you like and follow and then share, because you never know what piece of information is going to change someone's life. So make sure you share, and like and follow so that you are up to date. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where I am constantly uploading new videos about different topics that might benefit you or someone you love. I also want to talk about, I have a question here and it's a long one, let's see, and it's in Spanish. Okay, I do want to remind everyone that I do this channel. Tuesdays, I try to focus in English, and Thursdays are my Spanish show. Nadia, muchas gracias por su pregunta. Los días jueves hago todo el programa en español y los días martes hablo en inglés para evitar confusión. Bienvenida a volver con su pregunta el día jueves en español. Si no, se lo puedo contestar ahora en inglés de todos modos. So I'm going to go ahead and answer this question in English because I know that many might benefit. She's saying that she's in the process of a divorce and has okay, so I also want to remind everyone to keep certain information, if you know your personal information, you may want to keep confidential. This is a public forum. I can't give personal advice about your case. I can provide general information to your questions, but when, you know, I just want to protect your confidentiality and not go into too much detail. Y en español, les recuerdo a todos de que por favor no vayan en detalle de su caso personal. Si quieren que yo les ayude personalmente, bienvenido a llamarme y hacer una consulta individual al 310-803-3040. No recomiendo que haga sus comentarios aquí, que ponga toda su información, porque sí estamos en un foro público donde no puedo proteger su confidencialidad. Recomiendo que si tiene preguntas sobre su caso individual, que me llame al 310-803-3040 y así podemos ir en detalle sobre su caso y buscar mejor resultado para usted. Okay, so I do want to talk about a special program that a lot of people don't know that they can benefit from. So, and before before that, I have a question here from Domingo. Hi, I'm good. Thanks, Domingo. How are you? Okay, so Domingo wants to know if I've worked with cases for unlawful presence waiver for a spouse in Guatemala. If so, is the process long? Typically, waivers are, are you talking about the provisional waiver that people ask for here? Or are you talking about the waiver that's filed from abroad? It all depends. Typically, the waivers that are filed here are filed with immigration here, so it has nothing to do with the country that you're in. But sometimes certain waivers, might vary depending on where you're filing it from. But yes, the process can be a little long sometimes. I always recommend that you work with an immigration attorney on these cases because they are especially difficult if you are doing them on your own. I definitely can help with these types of cases. You can set up an appointment with me at 310-803-3040. Yes, but it is normal for it to take some time. You can always check for your individual processing time online as well. Thank you for your question, Domingo. And Malika, hi Malika. She's joining the Air Force. Thank you for your service. And I'm wondering if I have an undocumented relative, is it going to put them at any type of risk? I don't see any type of risk. I can't think of anything right now, but there is something that exists right now that might benefit your family member. It's called parole in place. Now, you say you start in December. I don't know if this program will still exist by then because it's one of the programs that's been threatened by the current administration. Actually, it was supposed to be gone a long time ago. I'm surprised it was supposed to be terminated, but it hasn't yet. So we're kind of still trying to move forward as quickly as we can. But if this program still exists, I recommend that you consult with an immigration attorney. I can certainly help. You can call me at 310-803-3040 and to talk about the option of parole in place if it still exists, because I don't know who the family member is, if it's a parent, or you might be able to help a parent by petitioning for them and also filing for parole in place, which would give them a lawful entry. It's like they put a stamp in their passport if they don't already have a lawful entry that is works like it's like a fake legal entry that allows them to immigrate here in the United States without having to risk leaving the country. So definitely important for you to be aware of that. I don't know who the family member is, but if it's a qualifying family member, you might even be able to help them. So great question. And again, thank you for your service. So there is this great program that is, and I don't know how many of you guys have heard of it, but it's called the Violence Against Women Act. And basically, if you are married or were married to a U.S. citizen or resident, or have a U.S. citizen parent, son or daughter, or a permanent resident parent, if you have those family members who abused you in any way, physically or mentally, doesn't necessarily have to be physical abuse, you might qualify for what is called for VAWA. You're welcome, Malika. And this is a way that you would be able to immigrate here in the United States without having to leave the country. You do not need a police report like in the case of a U visa. And the person, the spouse or the parent, it's not something that would get them into trouble. In fact, they wouldn't even have involvement in this case, just the proof of there being some type of abuse. This is certainly something that could help you immigrate here in the United States. It could certainly benefit you. So it's really important that, it's a really helpful way for you to immigrate, and definitely something to bring up in an immigration consultation with an attorney. I definitely ask about it to see if it's something that you might qualify for in a consultation. And it's a really, I feel like, sometimes underused form of relief in the immigration world, and definitely does not have the same wait time as a U visa. U visas, for example, right now are at about a 17-year wait for the actual U visa, about maybe 5 years for the work permit, for the conditional approval. So there's that benefit. Also, again, with this form of relief, you would be applying for residency. It would be a lot faster pathway than, for example, the U visa. So definitely something to consider, I'm sure, for a lot of you. And if you want to know if you think you might qualify, please call me at 310-803-3040 to set up an appointment. I would be really happy to talk more about it with you to see if this is something you could use to immigrate. I'd like to remind everyone now that I'm here to like and share this video so that your loved ones can benefit from all this great information, and just make sure that you also subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I constantly upload new videos, new content, where I'm always told that, you know, there's something they didn't know and they learned because of the video, and now they can immigrate thanks to something they learned. So really important that you not only watch these videos, but that you also share with your community so that someone else can benefit as well. Edis, una madre con una... Edis, muchos saludos. La invito a que venga el día jueves. El día jueves hago todo en español. Los días martes me enfoco solamente en inglés. Entonces, si quieres, pues puede traer la pregunta. Nos vemos el jueves a las 6. Muchas gracias por su pregunta. Perfect. Nice to see you. Again, I remember you from last week. Can the newborn citizen allow her mother to become a permanent resident? Good question. So a U.S. citizen can only petition for their parent when they have reached the age of 21. So if you have a U.S. citizen parent, you must be at least 21 years of age to file a petition for your parent. So it is a long time for a newborn would have to, you know, wait another 21 years to be able to have her mother become a permanent resident. But I always recommend that you see an immigration attorney because there's so many forms of relief you might benefit from and that you don't know of without an immigration consultation. For example, there's the VAWA form of relief that I just talked about. There could be a U visa or perhaps another family member that could help you immigrate. So I always recommend that you consult with an immigration attorney to see if you have any other form of relief other than through your child, for who you would have to wait for them to turn 21 years old. And I know as a parent you don't want them to turn 21. You want them to be babies forever. So you want to enjoy the time they are as children, and you also want to see if there's another way for them for you to be able to immigrate and live peacefully here in the United States with your family. So great question. Thank you. Okay, so I invite everyone here today to ask me a question. I'm here live every single Tuesday in English at 6 p.m. answering your questions. I also talk about different things. I want to invite you to like and follow my page so that you know that I'm here talking live and you can bring your question and you don't miss your chance to ask me a question. I also want to invite you to share so that people in your community can become aware and benefit from this amazing opportunity to ask me questions live. I want to remind everyone that this is a public forum, and unfortunately I can't go into detail about your case. If you do have a case you want me to look into in more detail, I recommend that you call me at 310-803-3040 to set up an appointment for a consultation. There we can assess your case and explore all your opportunities to immigrate in the United States, and just make sure that there's, just look at every possible way that you might be able to live here peacefully, or if you're not here, to be able to come live here in some way. So Michelle, you're welcome. Thank you for always being here. And I want to remind everyone to come, bring your questions, like and follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is getting close to time, so I think we're going to say goodbye right now. I want to thank you all for being here, asking me questions, and watching me. I think we had a good number of viewers here today, and I really hope that I benefited you with some great information. I hope that you learn something today that helped you or someone you know. If you think something I said applies to someone you know, go ahead and tag them so that they know where to find this information. You don't know how many times people have come to my office wanting me to help them with a case that they found out they were eligible for from watching one of my videos. So, it really is the first step for a lot of people to become aware that all these years that they were here, suffering really, like without any form of relief, they could have done something. So help spread the word, do your part, like, follow, share, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Bye.